Okay, let's take a look at this paper, right? Uh, Tanjong Katong Girls' School 2024 prelim paper, right? Let's take a look. Now, question one. Question one, basically we just have to key calculator, okay, and then round off to whatever the question wants us to do. Okay, so usually this kind of question shouldn't be much of a problem. Okay, so just key into calculator 165 square plus root to the power of 4. Okay, take note down here, right? 75.125 minus 11.2 times bracket -3 over 3.142. Okay, so one of the things that you need to make sure of is that make sure that your calculator is keep exactly the same as what is in the uh question itself. Okay, so write your answer correct to 2SF. Okay, so we want to round off without changing the nature of the value. So this is about 8,000 plus 8,600 plus. So it should still retain the value. So as 2SF, it will be 8,700. Okay, right. B, the number of people in a shopping mall is 1,100 corrected to the nearest 100. Write down the minimum number of people in the hall. Now, when a number is rounded off, okay, this number is in the center value, 1,100. There will be a number that will round up, right? Okay, there's a number that will round up. Okay, there's a number that will round down. Okay, so over here, right? Okay, since it's round off to the nearest 100, okay, so split the 100 into two sides, right? So it's about 50-50 on each side. Okay, so this would be 1149, and this will be 1050. Okay, 1050 round off to the nearest 100 will become 1010. Sorry, 1100 more 149 will become 1100 as well. So since they ask for minimum, the answer will be 1050. Okay, question two, right? Very basic question. When you bring the negative sign in, it will affect everything inside the bracket. So we have 5 minus 12x plus 2. Okay, 5 plus 2, 7. So 7 minus 12x, because 5 and 2 are both constants. Okay, right? B, indices. Okay, now there are a few ways we could have done this question. Okay, so what I will do down here is 27 b to the power of 9 over a to the power of 6. Okay, so the first thing that I will do is to change the power to one positive one-third, right? So I change negative power to positive power. Something must happen inside the bracket. Okay, so what does negative power does to things inside the bracket is that it will flip the entire thing. So now I will have a6 over 27 b9. Okay, so what we want to know or what are some of the common mistakes that I seen a lot of students does, okay, is right when we bring in the powers to the indices, okay, we'll get this will be a squared. Okay, how do I get a square? 6 times 1/3, right? Power multiplies. Okay, so a squared over b9, right? Sorry, 9 times 1/3, which is b cubed. Okay. Now, what I've seen a lot of people does is that they will take 27 times 1/3. Okay. Very common mistake. Oh, now this would be wrong, right? This step will be wrong. Oh, now remember the number is subjected to a power. So if you will really want to key calculator, it will be 27 to the power of 1/3. Okay, which is 3. Right? So this is my answer. Now, how did they get to 3? Right? If you really want to understand the principle behind it, 27 to the power of 1/3 as an indices, 27 is 3 to the power of 3. So then the power will multiply, giving us 3 to the power of 1. That's how we got the 3. Okay. So anyways, answer is a squared over 3b cubed. Okay, question 3. Albert and Chris have some savings in the ratio of 5:3. Okay. Now, they spend $30 each from their savings, and their ratio of the new ratio of their saving is 2:1. Find the amount of saving Chris has at the start. Now, this is actually a primary school question, okay, that O levels they like to throw in time to time into the paper to make sure that you guys still remember what you have learned, right, over the years. Okay. So how this question is being done is to understand that since they spend $30 each, okay, so Albert is to Chris. So I'm going to go through a primary school method, huh? Okay, this is 5:3. So they minus $30 each. And then the ratio became 2:1. Okay, so the underlying concept down here lies in their difference. Okay, since they both minus the same amount, their difference remain the same. So the difference at the start was 2 unit. The difference in the end is 1 unit. So what we can do is to make the units the same. So this will be 4 to 2 to 2. Then the answer will surface, right? Okay, because you see that A has 5 units. After minusing 30, left 4 unit, meaning decrease in 1 unit. Same thing for Chris, right? 3 unit minus $30, left 2 unit. So then we can conclude that 1 unit is equals to $30. So Chris at the start has 3 units. So 3 units equals to $60. Okay. Now we could use a double check, okay, on this question as well. Down here, okay, since we got that 1 unit is $30, right? So that means it will be $150 is to oh sorry, made a mistake, $90. Okay, so $150 is to $90, right? That is their starting amount. Then you minus 30 minus 30. That is 120 is to 60, which then reduces to 2:1. So we are good. Okay, we know that we are definitely correct. Okay, on the right track down here. Okay, now, but the thing is, right, it's very hard to remember primary school techniques, okay, when we reach secondary school. So what is a secondary school method that we can use to deal with this, right? So looking at the secondary school method, we can do this as well. So we say that Albert and Chris, right, 5:3. Oh, let's call this 5x is to 3 and 3x, right? So they minus $30 minus 30. Okay. So something happened to both of them. So they now have a new ratio, 2:1. Now let's call it y and y. Okay. So from here we can set up two equations. 5x minus 30 equals to 2y. 3x minus 30 equals to y. Now, if I take this equation and I times 2, so that I will get 5x minus 30 is equals to 6x minus 16. Okay? Bring the x over, bring the 5x to the right-hand side. I will have x equals to, bring the negative 60 to the left-hand side, 30. So therefore, x equals to 30. Right? So x equals to 30, Chris at the start, 3x will be equals to 90. We'll still get the answer by using simultaneous. Okay. Now, right, next. Express 1400 as a product of its prime factor. Now, this one, okay, side one topic. So basically, you want to break down 1004 by its prime numbers. Okay, 1004 divided by 2, 700. Divided by 2, 350. Okay, divided by 2, 175. Okay, then cannot divide by 2 anymore, so next one should be divided by 5, right? So we'll get 35. Yep. Okay, 175 divided by 5, right? 35. Divided by another 5, we get 771. Okay, so 1400 can be said to be 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by 5 to the power of 2 multiplied by 7. Okay, B. Q is a number between 70 and 90. The HCF of Q at 1400 is 28. Find the smallest possible value of Q. Okay, so how do we do this kind of question, right? Now, so first I'll list down, right, the HCF and 1400. So 1400 is 2Q times 5 square times 7. 28 is actually 2 squared times 7. And this is supposedly our HCF. So we need to understand the property of HCF, right? This is my first number. I have the second number, which is Q, okay, down here. Sorry, Q down here. Now, Q definitely must be made up of composite numbers, right? Okay, but we don't know what they are. Okay, but what we know for sure is that HCF will take the lowest power from both sides. Okay, take the lowest from both sides. Okay, now, which means that Q must contain 2 squared and 7 inside it. Okay, otherwise, okay, the HCF wouldn't have uh 7 and 2 squared. Okay, so 2 squared and 7, that gives our number to be 28, right? Now, remember, our number must be between 70 and 90. And the thing is, I cannot contain any more 2. Okay? Because if it contains 2, then the HCF would be 2 cubed. So that means I only left with one possibility, which is 3. Right? So 28 times 3, okay, we have 84. Okay? So this number fits, right? Because having this number, it doesn't disrupt the HCF, okay, it fits the criteria of between 70 and 90. Okay, and that's the only number that fits it. Because any other number, say for example 5, it will exceed the 70 and 90. It will have been a common factor with 1400. So the only possible number is 3 down here. Okay, so find the smallest value of Q, right? So Q is 84. Okay, question 5, right? Few things to take note in this question. Okay, so we have 2 cubed plus 2 cubed plus 2 cubed plus 2 cubed. What you need to understand is that we don't really have a rule for adding indices. Okay, but what we do have is the rules in multiplication. So instead of looking at this in a form of addition, I can look from it as a perspective of factorizing up the 2 power 3. So when I factorize out the 2 power 3, what am I left with? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, okay? Which is equals to 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by 4. Because 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. And 4 is actually 2 to the power of 2. So we get 2 to the power of 5. Because AM times AN equals to AM plus N, indices law. Okay, now another indices law is that, okay, another 2 indices law, right, is that if I have 2 power x equals 2 power y, we can take away the take away the 2 and conclude that x equals to y. We also have this law is that if I have a power negative m, I can switch its position and become a power m, like something like this. Okay, now, but we need to know that this second rule that I was talking about has a reverse way of using it as well. So for example, if I have something that is negative at the bottom, I can push it up and makes it positive. Okay, so these are 2 ways we can use it. All right. Now, what is happening down here? I have 1 over 2 to the power of a minus 1. Okay. Now, if I were to push it upwards, what will happen? Okay. I will have 2 to the power of negative a minus 1. Okay, which would give me 2 to the power of 1 minus a equals to 2 to the power of 5. So therefore, we are able to conclude that 1 minus a equals to 5. So a equals to -4. Okay, right? If anytime, okay, when you attempt this paper, right, you can just turn to the questions that, okay, I mean, fast forward the video into the questions that you probably struggle with. Okay, 6A. Okay, one look at this question. Okay, now what we need to understand is how the square affects. Okay, who does the square affects? The square only affects the bracket. Okay, so this is a case of A plus B bracket square. Okay, so remember your identities from Sec 2 equals to A square, 2AB, B squared. All right, so we have 2 bracket, the expansion, which is 5m bracket square plus 2 5m 3n plus 3n squared. Okay, and then that will be 25m squared plus 30mn plus 9n squared equals to 50m squared, 60mn, 18n squared, the full expansion form. Okay. Okay. B, factorize completely. All right. So here, okay, m, okay, if I expand out, here I will get 24m squared n squared, okay, because the square only belongs to the bracket, minus 21mn cubed. So over here, we have 3mn squared as a common factor, which factorized out gives me 8m minus 7n. Okay, so this is my answer. Right? Okay, this is just a simple take out common factors. Okay, question 7. The area of the triangle XYZ is 12.6 centimeters square. XY equals to 4.5, YZ equals to 7.1. Find 2 possible values for angle XYZ. Give your answer in radian. Okay, so since they want the answer in radian, so we need a recap of what is radian. Okay, radian has a conversion that pi radian is equals to 180 degree. Okay, let's keep this down here. Now, area of triangle XYZ, XYYZ. So that means the triangle can look like this, right? XY 4.5, YZ 7.1. Okay, slightly longer, 7.1. And then XYZ, okay, is the area, right? Half AB sine C, okay, this angle, okay, must give me 12.6, right? So the area is 12.6. Now, however, you need to consider that the triangle doesn't necessarily have to look this way. The triangle can also look this way. X, Y, Z, right? 7.1 cm, Z. Oh, now what's the difference between triangle 1 and triangle 2? Okay, this was not meant to be right angle, by the way. Okay, so XYZ again is the included angle down here. Okay, so what do we need to notice about the two angle is that this is obtuse and this is acute. So this question is really testing us on our knowledge of sine. Okay, now we know that area of triangle is half A, B, sine C, right? In this case, sine angle Y equals to 12.6. Manipulate the algebra, we'll have sine Y equals to 12.6 divided by half times 4.5 times 7.1. Okay, so 12.6 over half times 4.5 times 7.1. Okay, so that will be equals to 0.78873. Okay, by SF for my working, right? Okay, for presentation. Okay, if I can use the actual value, I will use the actual value. All right. Now, what is down here? Okay, the next step that we need to do is to find angle Y. So to find angle Y, I need to sine inverse. Okay, sine inverse 0.78873. Okay. Now remember they want it in radian, so remember to change your calculator to radian mode. So we have sine inverse answer, which gives me 0.90874. Okay, radian. All right. Now, but that's not my only answer. Okay, because I have angle Y that can has a possibility of uh, being an acute angle or an obtuse angle. But calculator will only show us the acute side. So which means that angle Y is 0.98909 radian, or, right? The answer is this, right? Okay, so the answer shift inverse, okay, 0.909 equal. Okay, my next answer would be pi minus answer, okay, which is 2.23, 2.23 radian. Okay, both rounded off to 3SF. Okay, right. Question 8. Now, I've seen a lot of students struggle with this question. Okay, P is inversely to QQ, right? First thing, write down the relationship. P equals to inverse, so K over QQ. Okay, so the relationship is as such, right? Now, and then we have two different scenario. Okay, scenario number one. Oh, let's say when P equals to P1, okay, P at the first instance, all right, Q equals to Q1. Okay, so then we can say that P1 equals to K over Q1 Q. Okay, so K equals to P1 multiplied by Q1 Q. Okay, hopefully this makes sense. So remember, inverse proportion, direct proportion, we are always interested finding K. All right. So K in this situation is this whole thing, right? This is K. Oh, now comes a second situation. Okay. Find the percentage change in P when Q is reduced by 20%. Okay. Now, when they say Q is reduced by 20%, what they really mean is the Q1, okay, is going to reduce 20%. Okay. So that means Q2, okay, Q2 is going to be equals to 0.8 of Q1. Now, before we get the idea, we get the answer, right? We should know that inverse proportion means what? Means one side, okay, no matter what is the change, the other side will oppose the change. Means what? If Q were to reduce, then P will be to increase. Oh, so if your P didn't increase, right, means you are doing something wrong. Okay. But anyways, back to the question, right? So we know that the new P2 would be equals to K over Q2 cube as well. Okay. So cross multiply, we'll have P2 multiplied by Q2 cube must be equals to K, which is P1 multiplied by Q1 cube. Okay. Now, and then what we know is that Q2 is actually 0.8 Q1. So we can do a replacement down here. Okay, replace this thing. So we have P2 multiplied by 0.8 Q1 Q. That will be equals to P1 multiplied by Q1 Q. Okay, so what happened down here? 0.8 Q. Okay, we'll get 0 P2 multiplies by 0.512 Q1Q equals to P1 multiplies by Q1 cube. Now, then you notice that P1 cube, both sides also have Q1 cube. So this thing can cancel away, right? Okay, so that means P1, okay, then what do we have left? P1 equals to 0.512 P2, okay, which then translate into P2 equals to 1 divided by 0.512. So 1.953125 of P1. Okay. So what is the percentage change? Okay. Last part. So percent change is change minus original. Oh, so actually change, just change over original times 100%. Okay. So original was P1. New is 1.9531. So that means the percent change will be equals to 0.953125 over 1 times 100. Okay, so that will give me 95.3125. Okay, I'll leave the answer in exact form. Okay. Okay, question 9. It is given that P equals to Q plus R squared over Q minus 5. Find P when Q equals to 1/5 and R equals -6. Same question. Make sure that your calculator look exactly the same as the question. Okay, so P equals to Q. Okay, so let's rewrite 1/5 plus -6 squared over 1/5 minus 5. So when you key your calculator, just make sure that it looks exactly like this, right? So 1/5 plus bracket -6 square over 1/5 minus 5. Okay, so we get okay, -7/13 out of 20. Okay, that's all. Okay. Now, express Q in terms of P and R. A lot of students get this question wrong. Okay, so here's what we have to do. P equals to Q plus R squared over Q minus 5. Okay, so since the fraction is irritating, what we'll do is cross multiply. So this one times R. So I'll have P bracket Q minus 5 equals to Q plus R squared. Expanding, PQ minus 5P equals to Q plus R squared. I want to express Q, so Q has to be the subject. So Q on the right, bring over, -5P, bring over. So PQ minus Q equals to 5P plus R squared. Okay, we only want a singular Q, so we factorize out the Q. So I have P minus 1, take note it's -1, not nothing, equals to 5P plus R squared. So Q equals to 5P plus R squared divided by P minus 1. Answer. Okay, question 10. The diagram shows a quadrilateral ABCD made up of two triangles. Okay, AB equals to 20, AD equals to 12, CD equals 32. Angle CBD equals to 90, angle BCD equals to 30. Find BD, right? So here, what do we have? A right angle triangle. When you see a right angle triangle, okay, think of two things. Can I use Pythagoras? Can I use basic trigo, right? So, okay, since I have an angle and a length, okay, more likely to be tuakaso, right? Okay, so 30 degree is my angle of focus. This will be the opposite. This will be the hypo. This will be the adjacent. I want to find the hypo. Oh, sorry, I want to find the opposite with the hypo. So that will be so, right? So sine 30 equals to BD over 32. So BD, same thing, cross multiply over. Okay, so BD equals to 32 sine 30, right? So equals to 60. Okay, next, hence or otherwise show that it is possible to form a circle with diameter AB such that D lies on the circumference of the circle. Okay, so that means, okay, hence or otherwise, right? So we have to either use what we just did, or we can use another way to prove that, okay, usually you have to use what they recommend you, right? If you went the other way, it will probably be more complicated, right? Okay, it is possible to form a circle with diameter AB, okay? AB as the diameter, all right? Okay, such that the point D lies on the circumference. Okay, so probably something like that if I want to. Okay, it'll probably be something along this line. Okay, my drawing is not the best. Okay, so smaller. Okay, maybe something like this. Okay, now then we need to refer to the angle property, right? Okay, so that means we want to prove. Okay, what have we did? Hence, we found this. So this is 16. All right. So 20, 16, 12, we want to prove that this is going to be a right angle. Now, why do I know it is a right angle? Because angle property, right? Angles in semicircle, okay, will always be 90. And this is some common trick that they like to test regarding this topic, okay? So to prove whether, I just need to prove whether ADB is a right angle triangle. But the thing is, you already remember, to prove right angle triangle, there's a series of steps that you have to take. Okay, I know it's Pythagoras, okay, but you can't just state Pythagoras immediately because it has not been proven yet. Okay, so instead, what you need to do, longer side, 20 squared equals to 400. Okay, so AB squared equals to 20 squared equals to 400. AD squared plus BD squared is equals to 12 squared plus 16 squared. Also equals to 400, right? Okay, you can double check 12 squared plus 16 squared. Okay, but since I know that this is definitely is, so I can skip this process, right? So then we have to state by converse of Pythagoras theorem. Okay, right. Okay, AB squared is equals to AD squared plus BD squared. Therefore, all right, triangle ABD is right angle triangle. Okay, and angle ADB equals to 90 degree. Okay, so show that it's possible, right? Okay, then you still need to say, okay, since, right, angle ADB fulfills the condition of angle in semicircle, therefore, okay, it is AB is by B. Oh, a bit windy. All right. Okay. But what is important? What is important down here is this series of steps. Okay, to prove a right angle triangle. All right. Next. Okay, question 11. Okay, same thing. This question, a lot of people fall to the trick of it. Okay. When I look at this question, what I notice is the denominator. 1 minus 2h, 2h minus 1. They are very similar. Okay. And the way to change the fraction around, right, is this. Oh, so 3 over 1 minus 2h squared. Now, I probably won't touch this because it contains a square, hence for making it more complicated. Okay, but what if I do this? Plus 8. Now, instead of 2h minus 1, can I factorize out a negative out of 2h minus 1? Okay, now I can do that for everything, right? Okay, it's just that when I factorize out the negative, everything inside the bracket will switch. So instead of 2h minus 1, I get 1 minus 2h, which is the main purpose down here because now this is 1 minus 2h and this is also 1 minus 2h. Okay? Okay, but what we need to pay attention is this part down here as well. Plus and minus. Now, the whole equation, okay, the negative affected the positive. So I can write it as 3 over 1 minus 2h squared minus 8 over 1 minus 2h. Okay? Now, a single fraction involving plus or minus is always about making denominator the same. Okay? So what will I have? 3 over 1 minus 2h squared minus 8 bracket 1 minus 2h over 1 minus 2h squared. Okay, combine them, I would have 3 minus 8 plus 16h over 1 minus 2h squared. Okay, 16h minus 5. Question 4. K is a positive integer. An odd number is formed when 5 is subtracted from twice of k. Write down an expression for the odd number in terms of k. Okay, that is pretty straightforward. It's just 2k minus 5. Right? Okay, nothing, no trickery around it, right? Okay, the sum between the odd number and the next consecutive odd number is greater than 16. Okay, so the next consecutive odd number, right? Now, what we need to understand is how does odd number jumps? Okay, odd number jumps in twos, right? So if the first odd number is 2k minus 5, then the next one will be 2k minus 3. Okay. Now, the sum between these two is greater than 16. So 2k minus 5 plus 2k minus 3 must be greater than 16. 4k minus 8 must be greater than 16. 4k must be greater than 34. K must be greater than 6. Okay. Right. And find the smallest possible value of the larger odd number. So 2k minus 5 would then be, okay, right? Because k is greater than 6. So k cannot be 6. But k must be a positive integer, okay? And okay, odd number is formed when 5 is subtracted from twice of k. Okay, okay, so that means k cannot be odd number, right? Why? Because if odd number, okay, if k is an odd number, okay, can k be an odd number? When 5 is subtracted, if k is odd, let's say 7, but okay, it fits the criteria. And, 2k minus 5. There anything on 4k must be greater than 4k must be greater than 6. Okay. So that means k could be 7, right? Okay, because the criteria is k must be greater than 6. So if k equals to 7, okay, so 2k minus 5 will be 14 minus 5 equals to 9. 9 and 11, yeah. 9 plus 11, yeah, okay, so it's a criteria. Find the smallest possible value of the largest odd number. Oh, of the larger odd number. Okay, so this is 2k minus 3. So it will be 2k minus 3 then. Okay, so I misread the question. Equals to 11. Okay, so answer. Okay, question 13. In the diagram, A, B, C, D are 4 points of a circle. Okay, center O. Angle ABO is X and angle ABO is Y. Find angle BCD in terms of X and Y. BCD. Okay, so what caught my eye is probably the center. Okay, since if I connect the center to A and B, I will have isosceles triangle down here. So if this is X, this will also be X. Now isosceles down here, so this will be Y as well. So which makes angle BAD to be equals to X plus. Okay, so angle BCD will be 180 minus X plus Y. Okay, so you can rewrite yes, 180 minus X minus Y as well. Okay, property, cyclic chord. Okay. Question 14, factorize this one. Okay, if the question put it so bluntly, this is probably going to be just two brackets, right? So 3x squared, so we have 3x and x. Negative 5, so one guy must be 5, one guy must be 1. Because 5 can only be 1 and 5, right? Since I want negative 14x, which is quite a big number, okay, which is quite a big number. So here I'll be negative 5, here positive 1. Okay, so you can mentally go and expand this. This will give you negative 15x. This will give you plus x. Therefore, negative 14x. So answer 3x plus 1, x plus 1. Okay, hence, okay, hence, factorize completely 3y plus 1 square minus 14 y minus 19. Okay, so this is tricky talk in the sense that you need to be able to see that this is the hence, right? So this is the link that they want you need to follow. Okay, they need the x to be equals to y plus 1. Okay, so if x is equals to y plus 1, then negative 14x will be equals to negative 14y plus 1. Okay, so what is going to happen down here is this. I need this to be negative 5 as well. Okay, so that is the double hit. So 3 y plus 1 square minus 14y minus 14 minus 5. Okay, I need to do it in such a way so that I can match the negative 5 as well. Okay, I can match the negative 5. How if that makes sense? Okay, so here what will we have? 3 bracket y plus 1 squared minus 14 bracket y plus 1. Okay, why is it y plus 1? Because I factorize out negative 14. Okay, minus 5. Okay, so then we can see that this is actually a replica of the thing above. So this will be equals to 3x plus 1 and x minus 5. But instead of x, it's actually 3. Okay, I shouldn't have this step. Okay, this step, remember to strike it off later. Oh, this is just an explanation. Okay, so this is 3, technically 3y plus 1 plus 1. Okay, close bracket y plus 1 minus 5. So we get 3y plus 4 y minus 4. Perfect. Question 15. The points PQ lies on the curve. Form two simultaneous equations and find the values of A and B. So remember, okay, equation is king. Everything must follow equation. This point fits in the equation. I must sub it in. 3 okay, y equals to ax squared plus bx plus 2. Okay, 3 equals to a2 squared plus b2 plus 2. Okay, so then I will have 4a plus 2b plus 2 equal 3. Bring the number over. 4a plus 2b equals to 1. Equivalent. Okay. Now, second, I will sub in the negative 1 and negative 3 into the same equation as well. So negative 3 equals to a negative 1 squared plus b negative 1 plus 2. Okay, so negative 3 equals to a minus b plus 2. 2 shift over a minus b equal minus 5. Equation. Oh, okay, two simultaneous equation. So, right, 4a, okay, equation 1 and equation 2. Okay, maybe you want to do, you can do substitution, right? Okay, a equals to b minus 5. So 4b minus 5 plus 2b equals to 1. 4b minus 20 plus 2b equal 1. 6b equals to 21. B equals to 3.5. Right? Okay. And a equals to b minus 5. So 3.5 minus 5. Negative 1 half. Okay. Oh, this simultaneous equation. Okay, what you can do about simultaneous equation is you can check it. Okay, in your calculator, okay, you can go for your simultaneous equation. Okay, and then key in the sum. Okay, but remember it must x, y number. Okay, so in this case, it will be 4, 2 number. Okay, where's the 4 to 1? Right, okay, I'll just highlight over here. Okay, 4, 2, 1. So I take the A as x, B as y. Okay, then the next equation I'll key in is over here, right? 1, negative 1, negative 5. Okay, answer. Negative half, 7 out of 2, or rather 3.5. So I know that my answers are correct. I can write down the answers and move on. Okay, question 16. A marble contains 15 red, some blue, some yellow. A marble is chosen at random from the back. The probability of choosing a blue is 1 out of 6. The probability of choosing a yellow is 7 out of 12. Show that there are 60 marbles in total in the bag. Okay, so 7 out of 12, 1 out of 6. So that will make this 1 out of 6 to be actually worth 2 out of 12. Now, the probability of choosing a marble must be 100% event. That is 12 out of 12. So we can conclude that 12 out of 12 minus 7 out of 12, which is the yellow, minus the probability of 2 out of 12 must be equals to 3 out of 12. Okay, so 3 out of 12 also reduces to a quarter. Now, so that means this is the probability of red. Because total minus blue minus yellow must be red. Okay, so P red is 1/4. Okay, and we know that probability of red is equals to 15 out of total. So if this reduces to 1/4 of 4, then we can also say that the total equals to 6. Sure. Okay. Now, two marbles are chosen at random from the back. Find the probability that both are blue. Okay, so the probability of choosing a blue is 1 out of 6. But we know that there are 60 marbles already. So that means that 1 out of 6 equals to 10 out of 60, meaning there are 10 blues. So now if I want two marbles that both are blue, it will be P blue blue. So 10 out of 60 multiplied by 9 out of 59. Okay, so this one is just a calculator job. 10 out of 60 multiplied by 9 out of 4. Okay, so I get 3 over 1. Okay, question 17. The figure is made of a regular pentagon and a regular hexagon. Find the angle BCI. Okay, BCI, right? Okay, they're asking for the angle over here. Now, pentagon, okay, 5-sided figure. So 5 minus 2 times 180. That's the formula for total interior angle. That's 540 degrees. Since it's regular, so I can take 540 divided by 5. 1 word. So that means that this angle is 180 degrees. Now, hexagon is 6-sided. So 6 minus 2 times 180 equals to 720. 720, 6-sided, each side is 120. So that means this is 120. So angle BCI will be equals to angle at point 360 minus 120 minus 108. 132. Okay. Justify whether BC and CI are two sides of another regular polygon. Okay, BC and CI, right? So this the exterior angle is if this was to be another polygon, then this would be the interior angle. BCI will be the interior angle. So now we can use the exterior angle, right? And says that, okay, 180 minus 132 equals to 40. 360 divided by 48. Is it possible? 360 divided by 48. We get 7.5. So this is not possible, okay? Because we are expecting a whole number. So since, right, okay, so not possible as number of sides must be whole number. Okay. Question 18, speed time graph. Diagram shows a speed time graph of a cyclist from town A to town B. The total distance traveled by the cyclist is 14 km. Show that V equals to 16. Okay, so this one is trapezium, right? 0 to uh, 63. Huh? Now, but this 63 is in minutes. Okay. This graph is kilometer per hour. Okay. So there's something to take note first. All right. Now, although we want to find the area, all right. So what we need to know about the area is this is going to be the perpendicular height, which is V. 53 minus 11, so this is 42. All right. So area is equals to half times, 42 plus 63. But 42 and 63 are in minutes. So I need to convert them into hours first, so as to be able to multiply by V to give us 14. All right. So 105 divided by 60 times half, equals to 7 out of 8. So 7 out of 8 multiplies by V equals to 14. So V equals to 14 divided by 7. So I probably key on 14 divided by 7 out of 8 equals to 16. Sure. Okay. Find the speed of the cyclist 5 minutes from the start of the journey. Okay. Now, this question is very irritating, because they give us in minutes, but the speed is in kilometers per hour. So the speed of the cyclist 5 minutes from the start. Okay, this is supposed to be 16 km per hour. Okay, so this is 5, right? This is supposedly 5 minutes. Okay, I'm supposed to get the time here. Okay, so now this is over 60, over 60. All right. Okay, so find the speed of the car. Okay, so let's find we know that acceleration is the gradient. All right, since it starts from 0, so that's convenient. So acceleration is equals to 16 divided by 11 over 60. Okay, so equals to 960 over 11 kilometer per hour squared. Okay, now in the first 5 minutes, so that will be 112, right? So with 9 is the answer. Let me find the speed of the cyclist. Okay, let's do, let's start all over. Find the cyclist speed in minute. Okay, so the scale is confusing. So instead of 16 km per hour, I'm going to convert this into, so 16 km per hour, try make sure you all can follow. 16 km per hour can also be written as 16 km per 60 minutes. Okay, so now what is it per minute then. Okay, so 16 divided by 60, right? So we have 4 out of 15 kilometer per minute. Okay, so that would that help? Okay, so let's change that. Okay, so instead of looking at it as 15, I look at it at 4 over 15. Okay, km per minute. Okay, so then we can able to find out what happened at the 5 minutes. Okay, so acceleration is 4 out of 15, okay, minus 0 over 11 minus 0. Then times 5. Hmm, okay, right. So that's okay. So this will be okay, no, quite E. So we get 4 out of 33 kilometer per minute. Okay. So then we want kilometers per hour. So bottom multiplies by another 60, right? So that will be 4 over 33 kilometers per minute. Times 60. Two times 60. Oh, yeah, I think I keyed wrongly just now. That's so confusing. Okay. Okay, 4 over 33 multiplied by 60. Okay. So 7. Okay, times 60. Oh, so equals to 7, 3 over 11 kilometer per hour. Okay, so I think I keyed the calculator wrongly just now. Okay, now calculate the acceleration of the car in the last 10 minutes. Okay, so the acceleration, right, of the car, but this is not exactly acceleration, it's decelerating. Okay, so what happens down here? Okay, we'll have 0 minus 4 over 15 divided by 10. Okay, so this would be negative 4 out of 15 divided by 10. So we have negative 2 over 75 kilometer per minute square, right? Okay, so now in order to change it into per hour square, I need to take this answer times 60 by 60. Okay, so equals to negative 96 kilometer per hour square. Okay, question 19. The time taken in minutes by 14 students to complete a math assignment are recorded. Okay, find the model time. Model time, 23 minutes. Appears the modes. Okay, model means mode. Percentage of students who took at most 20 minutes. Okay, at most 20 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 14 times 100%. Okay, this school paper has a liking to do weird numbers. So 28.6%. Right? Okay. The time taken for the 15th student to complete the assignment is recorded. The range increased to 31 minutes. Find two possible timing that this student completes the assignment. Okay. So if the range is 31 minutes, okay, so that means from 11 plus 31, right? 11 plus 31, 42 minutes. Okay, so that means the student took 42 minutes, one of the possible answer. Another possible answer is 40 minus 31, which is 9 minutes. Okay, question 20. The first four terms are given. Let's analyze a little bit. 2 over 1 minus 3 over 5 equals to 7 out of 5. 3 out of 5 minus 4 out of 5 squared equals to 11 out of 25. Okay, 4 over 5 squared minus 5 over 5 cubed equals to 3 over 25. Okay, so few things we can notice. Okay, maybe we can notice something about the pattern. All right, find T5. Okay, so T5, okay, is going to be 6 over 5 to power 4 minus 7 over 5 power 5. Okay, now this sort of question, okay, what's the logic? Okay, is you actually have to observe what is changing from one term to another term. So it's more of your observation skills. Okay, right? So we'll get 23 out of 3, 1, 2, 5. Okay, find an expression in terms of n for Tn. So Tn equals to, okay, let's see. Tn is equals to n plus 1 over 5 to the power of n minus n plus 2 over this is 5n minus 1, then this is 5n. Okay, this is by observation. Okay. Okay. Evaluate the sum of the first 10 terms. Okay. So for this sort of question, right? Okay, you just make a little bit of listing. Okay, then you'll figure it out. Okay. So this is T1, this is T1, 2 out of 1. Minus 3 out of 5, then plus T2, plus 3 out of 5. Then minus 4 out of 5 squared, plus 4 out of 5 squared, minus 5 over 6, 3 cubed. Okay, then minus again. So you realize that in between, this thing cancels off. This thing cancels off, cancels off. So up to T4, right? If I were to take T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4, what I really will have is just 2 over 1 minus 6 over 5, 4. All right? Which could be the case, right? When T equals to 10. So I just need to know what is T10, right? So T10 is equals to 11 over 5 to the power of 9 minus 12 over 5 power 10. Okay. Now, so T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus all the way until T10 will really just be 2 minus, what was the question? 2 over 1 minus the last number, which is 12 over 5 to the power 10. Okay. Okay. So we get 1.9999. Okay. Oh, so we can round off to 2.003 as well. Okay. 21. Benedict left his house to the library. He took the first bus which traveled 5 km in T minutes. Okay. He then alighted at the bus stop and waited 12 minutes to switch to the next bus. The second bus took 2 minutes less than the first bus to reach his destination after traveling a further 3.75 kilometers. Find the time taken for the whole journey, right? Okay, in terms of T. Right. T plus 12 minus 2, right? 2 minutes less. So T minus 2. Okay. So we have T plus T minus 2 plus 12 equals to 2T plus 10. Okay. Given that the average speed of the whole journey was 10.5, form an equation in terms of T to calculate the total time of the journey. Okay. Given that the average speed is 10.5, okay. So total distance equals to 2T plus 10 multiplied by 10.5. Okay. So we get 21 plus 105. Oh, not 20, 21T. Hmm. Hmm. Average speed of the whole journey. Total distance is equals to, oh, that is equals to 8.75. I didn't see that. Okay, 5 and 3.75, right? So that is 8.75. Hmm. 10.5 kilometers per hour. But 2T, this is, oh, so this one is to divide by 60. Okay, so 8.75 times 60, 525. Goes to 21T plus 105. So 21T is 525 minus 105, 420. 21T equals to 420. T equals to 2. Okay, T equals to 30. Oh, but what they say? Total time of the journey, 20 plus 12 plus 20 minus 2. 50 minutes, right? Okay, 22 I'll skip. Okay, because it's drawing, can't really draw on iPad. Okay, 23. The table shows the number of books read by 50 students in class A in semester 1. Okay, so this is a frequency, right? Frequency group data. Okay, calculate an estimate for the mean number of students, the standard deviation. Okay, so this one is your calculator mode, right? Okay, so let's go back to stats, right? Okay, one variable. Okay, so we have, okay, wait, stats. Hmm, Okay, so we have uh, data is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, right? Because this is okay, group data. So we'll take the mean of the group data. 8, 8, 21, 11, 3, 7. Okay, so it's only 1 mark each. Okay, so don't waste too much time on this. Oh, okay, this is x bar, where x bar equals to 4.2. Okay, so then we okay, standard deviation. Okay, 2.465 or 2.47, right? Okay. After introducing a reading program in semester 2, the number of books read by each student increased by 2. State how the mean and the standard deviation will change after the increase. Okay, so if every people increase by 2, so mean will also increase by 2. Okay, and if everybody increase, then the standard deviation will not change, right? Okay, the standard deviation of the books read by students from class B was 3.15. Use this information to comment on one difference between the two distribution. Okay, so we can claim that class A are more consistent with the number of books read. Okay, okay, 24. Matrix, right? An enrichment centers offers drama, writing, and speech on weekday during the school holiday. The matrix S shows the number of students who attend the different classes of beginner and advanced levels in a day. Evaluate the matrix W equals to 5S. So this is a scalar multiplication, right? So everything just times 5. So we'll have 125, 160, 200, 105, 95, 160. Okay. The school fee for drama is 40, 25, and 30 per session. Okay. The fees for beginner and advanced learner are the same for each type of class. Okay. Represent these amounts in the columns C. Okay. In a column matrix. Okay. So that means we will have 40, 25, 30. Evaluate T equals to WC. Okay. So we have 2 by 3, 125, 160, 200, 105, 95, 160. Okay. Multiplies by 40, 25, 30. Okay. So this one is 3 by 1, so we get 2 by 1, right? So total up everything, 125 times 40 plus 160 times 25 plus 200 times 30. Okay, so that will be 15,000. Okay, repeat, 105 multiplied by 40, 95 times 25, 160 times 30. Okay, 11375. Okay, explain what the elements in T represents. Okay, this will be the fee collected, okay, for weekday in a week for beginner and advanced students. Okay, so T represents the amount collected in a week. Okay, right, for both beginner and advanced class. Okay, respective. Okay, 25. Okay, PR is a diameter of the circle center O. Okay, when I do this information, what comes to my mind? These two are radius. QS is a diameter of the small circle. Okay, same thing, radius, radius. Okay, PQ and RS are tangent to the small circle. Okay, so tangent touch radius, this must be 90 degrees. Okay, show that triangle OPQ is congruent to triangle ORS. Okay, OPQ, okay, ORS. Okay, it's very straightforward, right? Because two lengths and an angle in between, and we managed to prove the hypo and the right angle. So therefore, this will be congruent by RHS. Okay, so where is the RHS? Okay, firstly, tangent touch radius, right? So OQP okay, angle OQP equals to angle OSR. Okay, equals to 90 degree. Reason, tangent perpendicular to radius. Okay, then we have sides OQ equals to OS, radius of small circle. Okay, and then we have OP equals to OR, right? Radius of big circle. Okay, therefore congruent by RHS. Okay, the ratio of OP to PQ, OP to PQ is 5 to 12 to 13. Okay, so they give us the ratio, okay, of the triangle 5, 12, and 13. Express the area of the shaded region as a percentage of the large circle. Okay, so area of OQ, this is 5 units, and then PQ is 12 units, PO is 13 units. Okay, so area of the whole circle will be area of circle is equals to pi times 13 squared. Okay, so that means we'll get 169 pi units squared. Okay, now what is the shaded? Okay, so this is the total circle. The shaded would then be half times 12 times 5. Okay, then times 2. So that is 60 centimeter unit squared. Okay, so as a percentage, 60 over 169 pi times 100% over 169 pi times. Okay, so 11.3%. Okay, that's all. Okay, pretty much quite a tricky question. Quite a tricky paper, I would say. Okay.